Yo, what's cracking? What's happening? What's good, fam? I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling fine. I hope you feel that way all the time. Yo, I'm increasing the gap. I'm increasing the gap, but I got all these vehicles getting in between me and him. But he's following me, man. That cop back there is following me. He's way back there, though, now. Woo! I'm getting away, but he might catch up soon. This is a long road, man. He might catch me. Let's see what happens. Maybe there'll be a part 2, or maybe he'll catch me before part 1 is done. Yo, but what if we really didn't care? What if I really didn't care that the cop was behind me? I'd be in some trouble. So I was talking to my man the other day. Let me tell you this, right? So he's driving down the road. I'm driving down the road, and I pass him, right? We get to work, and he's like, man, I saw you on the road, right? For all the judgmental people about my driving, please get off now. Please exit right now, right? So, listen. He's like, man, you were flying on the road. I was trying to hurry and get there, right? Because I was I left a little late, and there were no cars on the road. It was like 4 a.m. It was early, okay? No one's on the road, all right? So, if that makes you feel any better, but y'all should have left already if you judge my driving. Okay, so he gets there. We get to work, and we're talking about it, right? And he's like, man, you're driving fast. I said, what's fast? What's fast, right? And he's like, I drive 10 over, and I'm in the left lane. So this is where I started my Facebook Lives, right? Talking about driving. It just, some things perplex me, so I need some help. Tell me, if you don't mind, instead of skipping on to the next live and the next video. In the next video, I'm spitting Corona everywhere. I just want to know what's right. What do you think, right? I know what I think. I know what I think. And because I ask you, I want you to tell me, right? All right, so I asked him, who says that the speed limit's 70? You choose to drive 80, right? So you go 10 over. Who says? He said the government says. Okay, so the government says, well, who's the government? A collection of people like you and like me, you know, that all believe differently. And we can get all into that, but I'm assuming if you're watching this, you're old enough to know better, to know they're just people, okay? There's people like you and like me. We can get the position and we decide, okay, let's make it this amount, right? So we say 70. Well, we know on roads that are 55, if you drive, you know on roads that are 55, people usually do 70. 70 is about a normal speed on a highway, okay? So the speed limit is 70. So he goes 80. Okay. Why does everybody have to go like 5 over? Are you one of those people? Do you ever say like, oh, I just do 5 over? So it's 55, you do 60. If it's 70, you might do 75. Right? So what do you do? If it's 65, you do 70. And what do you do? 25, you do 30. Because you know you got a little leeway there before they what? Arrest you? Take you to court and argue with you, and you don't want that, right? So check this out. He says speed limit 70. He likes to go 80, and he stays in the left lane. Well, if I'm doing 90 and I'm in the left lane, what do? Do you get out of my way, or the person going 90, right? Or do you say 80, saying I'm already doing 10 over, right? Well, he thought it was okay to just stay in the left lane. I don't have a problem with that. My car has a little bit of fuel in it, you know, some movement, some power. So I choose to get in the right lane, and I go around him. 2 lanes over, I think it was at that point, right? But I don't like zooming around people. I don't like riding people's bumper. My wife says I do that sometimes. And sometimes I will. If they cut me off, I just kind of say, maybe it's a bad habit. I don't know. But I ease off, right? I ease off. I don't like to be aggressive on the road. Some people find it aggressive, whatever. But that's why I like to ask questions like, what do you think? Right? Because I want to know, am I wrong? If I'm wrong, I'll change. I don't mind changing. You know, I don't mind creating new habits, and I want to be fair. But that goes back to my question. What if we didn't care what other people think? And there has to be a balance, right, is the answer. But let me get into that, and let me finish the story, and I'll get into that. So he's going down the road doing 80 in a 70-mile-an-hour zone on the left lane, and I'm doing 90, right? So I feel like you should get out of my way. If I'm going faster. When other people are going faster than me, I get out of their way, because that's what I believe. I think that's right. Or I'll speed up and get over there because sometimes you don't want to be blocked behind this car, Just hit the gas, go around. Okay. So that was my question to him. Who says that the government's right just because a group of people made that decision? And then who's to say you're right because you decide to go 10 over what they say? And who are you to tell me I'm wrong because I feel comfortable at 20 over? You feel comfortable at 10, I feel comfortable at 20, and some people feel comfortable doing the speed limit. Now, if you're doing the speed limit, some people think it's okay to do the speed limit in the left lane. Are you that person? Let me know. Holler at me, let me know, right? I feel like, look. Oh, man, I can't get in time. Slower traffic, keep right. I thought about getting a sticker like that and put it on my bumper, right? Slower traffic, keep right. Now, people will argue, what I was saying, people will argue slower than the speed limit should get in the right lane. So I said, whatever. That wasn't the part of the argument we were talking about. What I asked him was, what lane are you supposed to pass in? What lane is the passing lane? The left or the right? He said the left, right? Well, actually, he didn't say it. I had to answer for him. I don't know what he said, whatever. But we were talking about if somebody's doing the speed limit, should they be in the left or right lane? He said right, and then we kind of agreed, like, okay, left lane's the passing lane, right? So if you're doing 10 over in the left lane and someone else is doing 20, shouldn't you get over so they can pass? Now, you don't know what their situation, their issue is, right? I always bring it back to double jeopardy. And I just talked to my aunt about this the other day, about Ashley Judd's on the phone with her daughter, and the rapist, murderer, was on the other side of the door. She answers the door while she's talking to her mom in traffic, and he comes in, and, I don't know if he's a rapist, but murderer or something. Anyway, the bad guy, he's at the door, and he's coming in to harm the daughter. He ends up killing her, right? So she's on the phone with her and hears the whole thing, right? So it pans out and she screams and she's in traffic. I'm like, oh my gosh, go in the shoulder, freaking hold the horn, like, get home to the daughter, right? You don't know what people are going through. Just get out of the way. Page 1 in the CDL book. You don't know what people are going through. You're not the cop. Get out of the way. Have the attitude like, be my guest. And you notice truckers, they'll get so frustrated with people, and you'll see it, and they'll block them or whatever. But it's after a lot of frustration. What up, Ashley? It's after a lot of frustration of people doing stupid stuff. People that drive all the time on the highways, and we're crazy people. I talk to them about this stuff sometimes. And like the consensus is, man, people just don't know how to drive. Now, people might say that about me because I might take risks and do stuff at times, and people might not like it. And that's why I ask questions. Like, what do you think, right? All right. Enough of that, right? Let me get to the point of, what if we didn't care what anybody thought? We'd probably stay in the left lane driving whatever speed we want, right? I think there's a balance. You should care what people think to a point, but not to a point of your own unhappiness. Kind of. There's always exceptions, right? I think that's why I get to chasing rabbit trails sometimes, because there's always exceptions to things, and sometimes I like to talk about those and bring them up. But for the most part, let's talk generally. Caring about what people think, I think you shouldn't care what people think if it encroaches on your own happiness. And I guess that's part of the self-care portion that I'm learning now, how to operate in self-care, whatever the heck that means, just spending time with yourself and not letting other people walk all over you, I guess. So people talk to me about this stuff sometimes, and they'll ask me questions, and I'm like, about people walking over me, because I'll give people more than what they give to me, right? And sometimes people can see that as taking less value in yourself. The way I kind of see it is more Philippians 2:3, I think it's found. it's like 2, 3, 4, 5. He talks about esteeming others better than yourself, caring about other people more than your own desires and need. But as I was reading this book today, if you guys would like to hear some more of it, I'll tell you some more. I haven't even talked to you about it yet. But if you want to hear about it, let me know. I'll tell you about it. It's and Jesus said, right? So it's like stuff Jesus said. But it's really good. So I was reading just the beginning of it, the first page. So I've flipped through it and read some sections. They're very small, like 2-page sections of that, small book. But it was talking about Jesus, some of the stuff he said, how like the followers of Christ weren't very spiritual men in the beginning, but they became that way because we all grow as human beings. But it had me thinking about our relationship with God. And then in Romans 12, it talks about be not transformed by the ways of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, basically not to be like this world. And it got me thinking in the first page, it talks about all the stuff Jesus had to go through in life, and what man, what king, what ruler, what nation, what culture, what anything impacted people more than the life of the story of Jesus Christ. There hasn't been anyone, anywhere, anything, even technology, right? Technology touches a lot of people, not as many as Jesus Christ, right? So, but this man that some said he was, a liar, some said he was a false teacher, some said he was the best teacher, some said he was just a teacher, some thinks he's savior of the world, some called him, all kind of bad names. See, now there's Cayenne's behind me. Either I can speed up or I can get out of his way. I sped up a little bit, but I don't feel like it's I'm gonna get out of his way. But now I gotta cut off this truck driver. All right, so I'm gonna chill here in the slow lane, right? Let my favorite car pass. Tesla and Cayenne, those are my two favorite cars. Them marks are just hot. So I don't know. Should you care about what other people think? I mean, if you're doing the right thing, why should you care about what people think? And maybe that's why I ask so many questions. Am I wrong? Oh, but people find it very argumentative. It's not, well, okay, fine, it's argumentative. I guess you want to define it that, right? But it's not like I'm trying to be argumentative, like I'm trying to sway your opinion. I'm just trying to have a better understanding for myself. So I ask you the question that's of a different belief than me, because I'm trying to find truth. Now, how do you find truth? With a bunch of people that believe just like you, right? No, you find it with people that have differing opinions. But can you beef with somebody? Can you argue? Can you talk and discuss your different sides and your different points and still love that person? A lot of people can. I see it, the way they are mean, and they just get frustrated. They don't have patience to get to the answer. And the answer in the end is really always love. Love God, love people as you love yourself, right? Love people as you love yourself. So maybe because you hate yourself, you assume that I hate people and that I'm arguing, but it's really coming out of love because I love me. Yeah, there's things we all want to change, whatever, right? But it's all about love. So show love, spread love, and keep climbing and keep grinding. And I see y'all at the top because the bottom's too crowded and that ain't no place for us. You know what I'm talking about, Shannon? Thanks for rolling with a brother. All of y'all on the replays, thanks for rolling with the brother. Ashley, mad love. Who else got on here? I don't remember. But mad love, keep climbing, keep grinding. I'll see you at the top because the bottom's too crowded. That ain't no place for us. Peace and love. I said it twice. Love y'all.
Get that money. New house for $1 million, island for $1 billion. Politician gon' steal it. I don't see the big deal. New house for $1 million, island for $1 billion. Politician gon' steal it, but I don't see the big deal. Hey. Make money, then make more. Pay taxes and pay more. Surfboards and skateboards and real homies and fake bras. With the wave crash, let the market man. I don't really care about $100 grand. Pack the bag with the passport, then get the fan to the motherland.